Wish you a very good morning to all. So, all my dear students, in our mathematics, we are going to start the last and final chapter, that is chapter number 18, Introduction to Graph. Now, here in this chapter, we have to understand the coordinate axis, even the coordinates of a point on a graph. So, here if you see on page number 308, you will get coordinate axis. So, here on a graph paper, draw two manually perpendicular straight lines. So, that lines already we are aware that x axis and y axis. So, when we talk about the coordinates of a point, so x axis, so x coordinate we call as a abscissa. We call as x axis, x coordinate we call as abscissa, and y coordinate we called as ordinate. Okay, so x coordinate and y coordinate, so x axis and y axis we consider as a coordinates of a point. So, here introduction to graph. So, we will begin with exercise 18.1. So, in that the question number 1 on page number 312, write the abscissa and ordinate of each of the following points. So, here what we have to do, my dear student, if you see here the question number 1, the points are mentioned 2 and 3, -5, 2, then you can see 6 and minus -3, -7, 6 and -4, 3 and -2, and -7, -9. So, these are the points, and abscissa, that is we consider as x axis, and this ordinate we consider as y axis. So, what we have to do? So, on x axis the 2 will come, and ordinate 3 will come. Okay, so very easy. If you see here, it is very easy. First 2 and 3, you can see point 2 and 3. So, 2 consider as a x axis, that is abscissa, and 3 consider as y axis, that is ordinate. This is like the same way, -5, that is abscissa, 2. So, abscissa, all first number you can take as a x axis, and y axis you can take ordinate as a second number. Okay, very easy to understand. Now, second number, write the order pair when abscissa 1 and ordinate 3. So, order pair will be 1, 3, 1 minus 3. Then -4, 0. So, -4, 0, 0, 7. So, 0, comma 7, like that. So, order we have to write in pair. For number 3 and -5. So, order pair is 3 minus 5. 5 number -6 -2. So, -6, comma -2, that is pair. Question number 3. In each quadrant will the following points lie? 2 and -3. So, here we have 4 quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, where it will lies, that we have to see. So, 2 and -3, that is in 4th quadrant, 3 and 2, that is in 1st quadrant, -4, 5, 2nd quadrant, -5, -7, 3rd quadrant, 5 -2, 4th quadrant, and -2, 4, 2nd quadrant. So, when first is minus on x axis, suppose, try to understand, my dear student, if first is minus and next is plus, so that is second quadrant, if both are plus, that is first quadrant. If second is minus and first is plus, that is fourth quadrant, and both are minus, that is third quadrant. So like that we have to understand. So next question, if you come to the question number 4, write the coordinates of the point A, B, C, D, E, F, G from the graph shown below. So here one graph is given. So all points are mentioned A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. So accordingly A, that is 2 and 2 means x axis 2, y axis 2, 3 minus B minus 3 minus 2. So accordingly we can give the answers. So this type of questions are not mentioned in your question bank. So just we'll try to understand this type of questions. Okay, so accordingly we have to write. Suppose here I will consider B. So minus 3 and minus 2 I have to consider. So here you can see this minus 3 and minus 2 on B. Then if you see A, this is 2 and 2. 2 and 2, 2 and 2. You can see that x and y axis. Now question number 5. The points, plot the following points on the graph paper choosing proper scale. So here points are given 2 and minus 5, minus 7, 2, 4, 3, 6, minus 6, 0, minus 3, minus 2 are plotted on the graph paper as shown below. So here this is a graph. Scale we have to take 1 centimeter means 2 units, and y axis 1 centimeter 2 units. So x axis and y axis we can easily draw with the scale, and always x axis consider plus, and when you come to left hand side, right hand side, left hand side that is minus, right hand side that is plus. So we'll easily keep the points, you can see. Now important question which is there in your exam, that is your question bank, exercise 18.2, question number 1 is there. If you know, if you have gone through, the temperature of a patient with fever was taken at different times on a particular day during hospitalization. So here we have to draw time temperature line graph. Time temperature line graph. So what is needed here? Graph is needed. Then here we have to draw OX and OY. So x axis and y axis, x axis that is time will come, and y axis we can consider as temperature. So you can see here. Okay, so approximate value 0 start with 97, 98, that is temperature, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103. So that is the temperature in Fahrenheit, and x axis that is time, start with 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So here first you will start 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. the temperature is 100. So 100 keep point here. Then 5 to 100. So 5 and 100. So 5 is on x-axis, 100 is on y-axis. 8, 102. So 8 on x-axis and y, that is 102. So accordingly we will keep the points, and after that with the help of scale only we have to join all the dots. Okay, it is not haphazardly, we have to join all the dots with scale only. So that is very much important. This is very much important question in your coming exam. Okay, so here what you need, here graph is needed, then you have to draw x-axis and y-axis, temperature on y-axis, then time is on x-axis. So then a, you can write the timing, times you can write, then temperature you can write, and after that you can keep the points, and at the end what you will do, you can uh, join these two lines with the help of scale, and you will get the time temperature line graph. Okay, now question number second. A person cycle from a town to near neighboring suburban area. His distance from the town at different times is shown by the following graph. What is the scale taken for the time axis? So these are the question and answers we have to reply. First, if you see the graph, in that you will understand it is what is the scale taken for the time axis. So it is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 hour, that is axis timing they have taken. Second, how much time did the person take for the travel? The person took 6 hours to cover the distance, and so accordingly we can give the answer by looking the graph. Third answer, the distance between town and suburban area is 20 kilometer. Fourth answer, distance covered during the 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., that is 4 kilometer. So 7 to 8, if you see in the graph, you can see distance covered during 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. 4 kilometer. Distance covered during 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 kilometer. Distance covered during 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. 5.2 kilometer. Distance covered during 11 a.m. to 12 noon 2.8 kilometer. Distance covered during 12 noon to 1 p.m. 2 kilometer. So between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. the person rode the cycle fastest. So that we can easily reply the answers. So here now we'll go for the question number 3. The scale of commodity in the first week of March 2010 are given below. So dates we have to write on x-axis, and scale we have to write on y-axis. So the question 1 we have did the same way we have to write. So same way we have to represent the graph, line graph, by using the following data. Scales start with 4,000, 4,500, 5,000, 5,500, and the dates start with 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. Okay, so like that we can easily plot this graph. So this type of questions are very easy, and here important thing for the scale, y-axis, that is 1 centimeter, that is one for one date. Okay, one date, and y-axis 1 centimeter, that is rupees 500. So that will be the scale, and then keeping the date and scale accordingly, and you can keep all the values here. And after that what we have to do, we have to join two lines with scale. Okay, so like this we will try to do, and question number 4 also the same way, but here two line graphs are there. Okay, two lines. So in that one you can draw with scale, and one with the dark line, and one we can with the dotted line. So that can give you the graph which is depicting the data. Okay, and the last you can see question number 5, that also using the method of question number 1. So this is the end of the exercise 18.1 and 18.2, and the last exercise will go for 18.3 in our coming video, and the review exercise also will try to complete. In your previous exercise, chapter number 17, the three exercises are very much important: 17.1, 17.2 and 17.3. Then 17.4, the questions are not there in your question bank, so just go through that exercise and review exercise also. But important thing, the question which are mentioned in your question bank, that I have covered from that. Here also some of the questions I have covered, and remaining we will discuss later on. So thank you, have a nice day.